Follow count. I don't know if I can do that. Let me just start out by saying I just can't say enough about the coaches, the way they've grinded for the last 4.5 months to put this all together, because we've got some new coaches and we certainly have some new players, and we got some great leadership with our players. They've done a great job. They've been extremely compliant. They're doing the things we're asking them to do. Obviously, the work ethic and the culture is already there. So it's just been a pleasure to get started with them and work with them the last 4.5, 5 months.
Lorenzo, tell me if I know this is your first time working with him this spring. But just
yeah, I've been impressed with Lorenzo. He's fluid. He does everything right. He's in the right places. He understands our protection package. I feel really confident when he's behind Joe in the running game and in our pass protection scheme. So he's had a very good camp. He's been very consistent. He's been where he's supposed to be, and he's run the ball well.
You've talked a little bit about your impressions of Joe, but Flacco. What about 4 coordinators in 4 years? Does that mean anything?
Well, I think it just is a statement to him how flexible he is. He just has the ability to work with different guys, and positive things happen, and that's a good sign. And I just enjoyed working with him. He's been extremely flexible and open-minded, and we're working together. We're doing this together to try to not only be consistent with the play that he's had, but to continually trying to get better. And he wants to get better, and that's exciting.
Do you feel fortunate to have a guy who's won? You've been to the playoffs 6 times in his 7 years.
I'm an unbelievably appreciative guy. I told that to the quarterbacks when we left every day. Before I walk in this place, I just say thank you. I'm just so appreciative to be here, to be a part of this organization, and certainly to walk in a meeting room with Joe every day.
You're known for working with many different kinds of quarterbacks and versatile running backs too. Versatility among wide receivers, is that still a bit underrated? How important is it?
Well, I think that technique really is the standard for receivers in the National Football League. There's speed everywhere. There's speed on both sides of the ball. But you see it with Steve every day. I mean, he's a technician. He knows how to get open. He knows how to work defenders. He knows how to beat bump and run. He's a great example for our young guys, because we've got a number of young receivers here, and so they come in all different sizes certainly, and we have them here. But at the end of the day, it's the guys that are really specialists, that know how to get off the line and get open, and particularly when it's bump and run, because that's when it's usually crunch time.
How much input? This is the last question. How much input will Joe have on the play call?
Well, I think that we're doing this thing together. That's how we do it. I mean, so it's a process that goes on throughout the week of putting a game plan together, having discussions, talking back and forth, and trying to to set your list, to put your list together, and to line up your plays that he's most comfortable with. Because we got a lot of good football plays, but what is he most comfortable with, and what is going to help us win? And it's a combination of both, and that's what we do during the week. So really, game day, a lot of those decisions have already been made, and we've done it together.
I lied, Aaron. Go ahead. Thank you.
Hey.
The vision for check beyond the big block that he's got.
Well, I think we see in practice every day that Kyle has a lot of different kinds of abilities. He's got an outstanding feel, obviously, as a lead blocker in the run game, but he's also a more than sufficient pass receiver in the flats and running routes, and we have the ability, as a smart guy, obviously, we can move him around and create problems defensively, because when you have a fullback who can line up outside and do different things, you can certainly get coverage declarations, and you can keep teams off balance, and this offense has done that in the past. That won't change. In terms of using Kyle in that manner, both as a lining up in the backfield and being outside.
All right,
okay?
good.
All right,
you,
guys.
Mark.
See you next time.